Anthony on Air podcast back for another episode. We're talking about Ted Cruz. Kanye and Kim split. Arby's in the news today. That's going to be the one I'm looking forward to. Eating Arby's and talking about Arby's are two of my favorite things in the world. Demi Lovato reveals some pretty shocking revelations. And we have cloned a ferret. Plus, we're on Mars, baby. Look out.
Man.
Look out. Here's Frankie C with us co-hosting this episode as always. Brought to you by our good pals over at Hero Soap Company. Link in the description below. We are also broadcasting live on Clubhouse, so hello to anybody who is tuning in on Clubhouse. You could listen live. If you're on Clubhouse, if you're on the app, find us over there. I don't even know what our name is. Anthony on Air or Anthony's Face? I think it's Anthony on Air. I'm not even sure.
It's all four of our fans.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening on Clubhouse.
Thanks so much for that. All right, Ted Cruz is making some news. Texas is so frozen. Texas is more frozen than that
is
section
unbelievable
of Disney World where they got in Epcot where they have the actual Frozen ride. That's how disgustingly frozen Texas is.
And what's terrible is they're just not prepared for it because it never happens.
Right, which we've talked about. But now Ted Cruz is making the news because what happened, Frank? He split? He left?
He left the country. He is the senator, the representative of Texas. Millions are without power, no heat. The place is freezing over. And he decides to go with his family to Cancun. So he got on a plane.
Yeah.
Flew to Cancun. And in an interview, he said, well, I started to have second thoughts when I sat down on the plane. Sat down on the plane and thought that this, wasn't a good idea. So I dropped off my family and came home and came back.
Oh, did he really? He came back?
So he came back because it leaked out. He was photographed in the airport. Got on the plane. He was photographed on the plane, and all of a sudden it blew up. So then he came back, and of course he came back. He's by himself. He's like, oh, I was just going to drop it, off the family, just my daughters and everything.
No,
Meanwhile,
coward.
He's got this huge suitcase that he's carrying with him. It's like you're going to drop them off with this huge suitcase.
Yeah. When
he goes, that was a mistake. I regret it.
When you there's a huge story breaking, but you're too busy to read it, but you're just reading little snippets of it. That's what happened to me with this. Like all I started seeing was pictures of him at the airport and pictures of him at the plane, and I'm like, why is everybody taking pictures of Ted Cruz so hard?
He friggin' bailed on his constituents. Everybody who voted for him, he went like this.
Yeah.
He said, I'm out. You guys could freeze. I'm not gonna worry. What? I'm gonna try to get the power back on for you. I'm gonna pull as many strings as I can to get you guys heat. Not only that, what really, and this, me, animals. I love animals.
Mm-hmm.
He has a dog that he left in his house. He had a guard or someone, a security person who was checking in on the dog. However, the house had no power and no heat.
And he left the dog in the house with no heat?
He left the dog, yep. Because he's a giant piece of shit. There's no other way to put it. He's from day one.
All right. Now
with this guy. When he didn't defend his wife against the former president, all the crap that he said about her.
Yeah.
He didn't defend her, and now he was up his ass for 4 years.
Yeah.
To this.
I will say, when Trump called his wife ugly, and then he didn't retaliate with a punch to Trump's face,
exactly.
I thought that was a little bit of a bitch move there. I would.
He's a rat. He's someone that has no spine.
Yeah.
He's a toady, and
That I lost a bit of respect for him there because look, you could say whatever you want about like people could talk about my wife, like comments or whatever. But when you're on a national stage, when you're in a competition, and then you talk trash, just know you're gonna if that ever happens, you're gonna get punched in the face. Like you can't talk bad about my wife or my kid or whatever. Like I'm gonna just punch you in the face. I don't care if I get arrested, thrown out of the election, whatever it is. You're getting punched in the face. And that's by the way, when Trump does what he did and brought the wife in, and then doesn't get punched in the face, look what happens. That's what happens when you don't punch people in the face. You know what I'm saying? Like they run roughshod. You always got to take the bully on head on.
They think they've got you now.
Yeah. I forgot about that. So that was bad. That was really, really bad.
Trump also made fun of his, or said that his father was involved in the JFK assassination or something.
Yeah. Wow, those are the golden era of Trump when he was just spouting out all kinds of crazy.
Anything, whatever he can grab.
Oh, the best.
Matter.
The best.
Doesn't matter if it's verified or anything.
Yeah. It was more fun then, too, because it was mostly aimed at Republicans. So there wasn't this right versus left thing. We could all just sit around and enjoy it as people. It wasn't this bipartisan thing. It was just
whoever's
trash talking.
Against him. Huh? It's whoever's against him. Now look at it with Mitch McConnell. He, Mitch McConnell said that he's ultimately responsible for the insurrection about Trump.
Yeah.
And now Trump turned on Mitch McConnell and said he called him a bunch of names, unsmiling, like, I forget what he said, but a bunch of different names about Mitch McConnell. And now he turned against him.
Well, I didn't read the article, but supposedly Lindsey Graham's going down to Mar-a-Lago this weekend to sort things out because there's all this infighting and
make sure you bring your knee pads, Lindsey.
And I guess he's going down there to reason with him. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. I guess there's a faction of the party that's still very loyal to the former president.
He has no power anymore. Why are you kissing his ass?
I think they think he's going to come back and run again, Trump Part 2.
Okay.
More, bigger, more Trumper than ever. We
didn't
fantastic.
Make America great before.
Yes.
We have another 4 years to make it even greater againer.
It's going to be more greaterer than it ever was.
The greatest ever. Unbelievable. Best people. We'll see if any of the people from the last time are out of jail. We'll get them back because we know the best people. Anyway, with Ted Cruz is an idiot.
All right, now let me throw this at you because you seem very angry.
Not angry.
I don't know what a senator can do in this particular situation because doesn't most of these responsibilities fall under the governor of the state? Feels like the governor of the state is the one who can allocate assets and move things around and is actually in charge of the state. Senator Ted Cruz is the state's representative in the federal government.
Yeah. So, hey, federal government, get us some funding and some help. And
yeah, but that's kind of something he can send from a text message off the beach, though, which is what I would be doing right now.
Yeah. I'm going to leave. It's the basic captain fleeing a sinking ship thing. Captain's got to make sure everybody's taken care of.
Do you remember when the captain of the Costa Concordia, whatever that cruise ship was that bottomed out in Italy? Remember it sank? Remember when the captain called, like, you don't remember this story? The cruise ship that sank? It was only a few years ago. The Costa Concordia, whatever the hell it was.
I remember a cruise ship sinking or turning over or something, but I don't remember what happened with the captain.
Right. The captain got off the boat and he calls up. He's like, yeah, like the boat's sinking. And the guy on the phone, Coast Guard or whatever, is like, where are you? He goes, oh, I'm on shore. He says, well, get back on the boat. He literally screamed at him. He's like, you have to get back on the boat. You're the captain. Like, this is illegal that you left.
Getting back on that thing. It's like it's sinking. Look at all these people in nuts. That, it looks terrible on there. Why would I get back?
No BS. There is a recording of the captain calling in from another location. And the guy on the phone goes, get back on the boat. You have to direct people where to go.
Coward.
Yeah,
you're the leader. You're the freaking leader.
But again, that's not Ted Cruz's job. His job is to represent the people of Texas to the federal government, and he doesn't.
Yeah, and the federal government can send aid to. He can do something. It's like if America was frozen over completely, and the president went like to Mexico and said, "You guys deal with it."
Yeah,
I'm on vacation.
No, I get it. The optics of it don't look good, but on the same token, like, you know how hard it is to book a trip these days and travel insurance and everything. That's a nightmare to cancel that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he's swimming in debt and has no money. And
I know most of it. If I'm sitting there going, I have to either be on the phone with Travelocity for 4 hours or deal with the fallout from leaving a frozen state, I'd leave the frozen state, to be honest with you. That Travelocity is a pain in the ass.
Of course you would, because you're not the senator. If you were the senator of New York and it just got hit with a hurricane, would you go down to the Bahamas as people are trying to struggle for their lives?
It's a bad look. I don't think there's anything that he could actually do other than be like a rah-rah cheerleader and hold a press conference and try and help and make a couple of calls and do whatever. But I feel like
nothing.
It is. You're right, but I feel like most of that's going to be up to the governor of the state to actually be able to
work with the governor. Whatever, I don't care.
You're right. He could be. It is the kind of thing where you do, and that stuff does happen all the time. Where you put a call and you go,
useless.
Call
if
me.
You're useless, then leave.
Call my team. What can we do to help? We're here for you. That kind of thing. He could have done all that. It is a little bit of a. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all that he's, and especially there's something about where was he going? Cancun. There's something about Cancun that makes it even worse because it's like that's the ultimate like relaxation on a beach,
Yeah. There was this great I don't know where I saw it. I don't know if it was a meme or if it was an actual quote from someone or if someone just wrote it, but it's perfect. And it said, and I'm paraphrasing, but it said something along the lines of, when people come from referring to Ted Cruz specifically.
Yeah.
When Texas sends over its people, it's not sending its best. It's sending its insurrectionists, its abandoners, kind of like what Trump said about Mexicans.
Okay. Oh, I got you. Got it.
When they send over their people, they're not sending the best. Oh, so this, in case we were wondering, in case were wondering, Ted Cruz is not that bad a guy. Give him a break. Here's the dog in the fucking house, right in the bottom window, all alone in a freezing house in the middle of Texas.
Yeah, that's a little messed up that he left the dog.
I mean, I'm sure the guy would come in and out and feed the dog and walk him, but he's a small dog in a blizzard with no heat. I mean, that's like pure movie evil. That's like, that's comic book evil.
Yeah. But he could have made all those calls from Cancun, I guess, if he's just going to be helping out.
Why are you still defending it? There's nothing to defend here. He's a dick. He made a big dick move.
Did you see the girl whose car was frozen in the parking garage in Texas?
Yes.
Holy
crap.
That is so... There's no cars in this parking lot. The parking lot is empty.
Under the one thing.
She parks...
I didn't think of that.
She parks in the one spot where the pipe bursts and her car gets completely frozen over.
I don't know if insurance covers
that. There's the empty garage. It's completely empty. And there's her car.
The thing is just caked. It's gone. How do you...
That's just the worst.
You need a sledgehammer to get out of that.
I feel so bad.
Luck.
Yeah.
Do not play the lottery, lady.
I do. I'd love to mention Maria B., who's such an awesome contributor. She's always watching the show and always commenting. She wrote me this whole long thing. She's in Texas. Do you want to hear it, Frank? Just to show you what people are. Because it's I kid a little bit with Ted Cruz, but then you hear what some of these people are going through, and then you're kind of like,
no, it's insane because they're not ready for it. The power wasn't ready for it. So that's the big thing. If there was power, then maybe at least there's heat. But there's nothing.
Yeah, I feel bad. So she writes, I'm in a suburb of Austin. We lost power last Friday, and by Monday, we were like, we've got to get out of here. We don't know how to handle this weather. February is normally their coldest month, she says, but that's like 40 or 50. She said the water was cut off. They managed to make it to Austin. A 25-minute drive took them 2 hours, she says, and we're lucky enough to own a Subaru. My sister-in-law in Austin has a generator and was able to warm one room, but we couldn't have it constantly going because we needed to preserve the gas, which was difficult to find. My sister-in-law's power was restored last night, and we finally had a warm night. Does that make you feel bad in hearing that?
It's unbelievable. You know what that reminds me of? Hurricane Sandy, when that happened to us up here.
Yeah.
When there was no power for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And there was no gas anywhere in New York. It was terrible.
That was a crazy, weird time where like it kind of snapped into focus that like we could, this could all fall, this could all crumble very quickly. Things can really disintegrate into nothingness fast.
Especially no power. Boom. That's chaos.
Power's the big one, and you always see those every now and then. They make those shows, or they'll make a movie where it's like, what if we lost power forever? And then you're kind of like, well, you understand why there's an obsession, why they keep making those shows and things, because it is kind of crazy to think.
We're not ready. We're not prepared for that.
No, we're not. We're really, really not. Which is interesting too, because like this whole solar revolution that's happening. Like I wonder, like if everybody had solar panels on the roof of their house and was off the grid, or was their own grid, or they were the grid, does that change? That would.
I think it would. If everybody's off the grid, you wouldn't rely on a central place for your power. You wouldn't rely on wires or being knocked down 3 miles away. And if you lose, let's say your power goes down, the solar gets knocked out or whatever, you go next door.
Right. Yeah. I mean, things can still happen, but yeah, for the most part, it wouldn't be like this, like these widespread.
It wouldn't be miles of, it would if something gets knocked out, it's happening to one house. You know, spotty.
So she goes on to say, we're concerned about the house that we have. We read that you should drip your faucets, but we had no water. We're now seeing houses that have flooded due to the pipes bursting. We couldn't even get online because of no power. And our ISP was down too during the few times that we got like 20 minutes of power. Our next issue is clean water, but we can boil tap water. I do have friends that haven't had power or water since last week and still don't. We also now won't be able to get home yet because the roads are worse today and more snow is falling. She wrote this yesterday. There are area hospitals that are having to shift patients around too. ERCOT will likely be investigated. I guess that's their power company. Rolling blackouts would have been manageable, but this has been terrible. I've read stories of people dependent on oxygen, desperate to find help, and mothers of newborns, etc. My husband was able to check on an elderly woman in Austin because she was in the neighborhood. We are so thankful we got to her when we did. Please pray for Texas. We're a mess.
Yeah, wow, thank you for that. Was it Maria B?
Maria B, yeah. So I felt
terrible.
Really felt for her. Yeah.
It's terrible what's going on.
I wish there was something we could do, but it's like, what? I don't know what we could all do. I mean,
with donations. I mean, people are sending money.
Yeah.
I mean, you send more people down there, it's just going to get, unless you're rescuers and you know what you're doing.
Well, they were, right? Didn't you tell me they were sending power crews? There were like power crews coming. Yeah.
That's good. People that can help.
Yeah. Oh, the roads are bad. They're having trouble getting in
what
there.
You can do is you get on a plane and you go to Cancun. That's the best thing to do for this situation.
What if we had Ted Cruz fly out and get all the crews, bring them down to Cancun? Does that help? I'm just trying to help. I don't know what fixes the problem here.
If he filled the plane with people who lost power in their house and stuff, maybe that's something, but he didn't do that.
What if Ted Cruz rounded up everybody in Texas and brought them somewhere warmer? Could we do that?
That'd be wonderful.
How do you take off if they're, because didn't they close the airports for a couple of days? That must have been, and why is he flying, I guess he's not rich enough to fly private.
He was flying, looked like Coach.
Like it looked like he was on like Southwest standby. Like it looked like he didn't even get into the A's or B's. Like he registered late and got into the D's.
It's a hard ticket to get, that Cancun flight.
I guess
in the middle of a pandemic, snowstorm, frozen state emergency.
Yeah. The funniest meme I saw was Ted Cruz, and he was like, I didn't go to Cancun, but his hair was all, what do they call that? Cornrows, beat it up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's so
and
funny.
they did this as this is a little bit of a stretch, but it's kind of makes sense a little bit. The Simpsons predicted it. Did you see that?
Oh no, did they really?
Well, there was an episode of The Simpsons where I don't remember the exact situation that hit Springfield, but it was like maybe a hurricane or something. And the Mayor Quimby, was broadcasting from what looked like his office. And he goes, plan to. I'm not going to leave this office. And all of a sudden, they like pan out, and he's in the Bahamas, and he's just on a set. It's like, and some guy with like a steel drum comes walking by, and he goes, "Hey, get out of the mayor's office."
Yeah, that's the thing. Does anybody care if they don't get those pictures of him getting on the plane? Probably not. Probably nobody has any idea he's gone.
Yeah, if they didn't spot him, who the hell knows?
Yeah.
I'm sure it would have leaked out somehow. I mean, with all the security and just like this, it leaked out. He flew coach. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. He just always looks like shit too. Now he just looks like shit. That guy.
Yeah.
Like he just always looks like he's. I don't know. I'm mad about the wife comment all over again. He should really get punched in the face for that.
Yeah, not a word in defense.
Yeah, what kind of has he ran for election since that happened? I don't know how anybody gets behind somebody like that.
Well, Beto O'Rourke, he was up against him.
No.
And
was he?
Yeah.
No.
And he beat out Beto. And who by the way, stayed in the state and helped people.
Oh man, look at you.
Just saying. You voted the wrong guy in. Just saying.
Beto is there handing things out.
Beto's there for you.
All right. There you go. Beto stuck around.
That's all I'm saying.
Beto, get my ass out there and help these freezing people is probably what he was saying.
Well done.
Dad joke champion. The Kardashians there, Frankie C. Splitsville.
Kanye Kardashian?
Kanye Kardashian. No longer, baby. No longer. Kim filed for divorce after almost 7 years of marriage. Sources tell TMZ it was as amicable as it can be. Kim is asking for joint legal and physical custody of the couple's 4 kids. Sources with direct knowledge tell TMZ Kanye is fine with the joint custody arrangement and that they're both, Kim and Ye, are committed to co-parenting together.
Good for them. Hey, if they're happy, if that's the best thing for them, that is what it is. It's sad when people break up, but if that's going to make them and the kids happier, you got to do what you got to do.
There's a
4
prenup.
Kids. I didn't know they had 4 kids.
4, yeah. They had one relatively recently too. It was still like a little baby, I think. There's a prenup, and TMZ is told that neither party is contesting it. In fact, sources say they are already far along in reaching a property settlement agreement. Docs filed by Disso Queen Laura Wasser. I don't even know what's a Disso Queen. Don't list.
I understood 3 of the words you said in that whole sentence.
Yeah. Documents filed by Disso Queen Laura Wasser don't list the date of separation. It's listed as to be determined. The date is almost irrelevant because their split has been so well chronicled in the news and in social media.
I wonder what the problem was.
Well, I mean, Kanye's been pretty vocal out there and saying a lot of,
his weird campaign.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of any of this because we all know Kanye's mental illness is well documented. He did that whole Letterman thing and he talked about it all openly on there. Kim was there for that. She was like in the audience, like supporting him for that. And then Kim did a Letterman spot like not too far along after that. The weird thing with mental illness here, Frankie C, if I can put my particular brand of observation on it. It's really the only ailment where there is a paper thin line between the actual ailment and just being a flat out asshole, right? Like that's the only thing where it's like, is this person mentally ill or is he just a huge asshole? You don't really get that when it comes to like a heart condition. You're like, does that person have a heart condition or is he just an asshole? It's not the same.
Well, there are physical tests you can do to figure out if there's a heart condition. The mental thing, there's no, photo, there's no MRI to see if you're mentally
right. Like you can't get an X-ray result. Yeah.
But I think it's sad too. It's when someone has a mental problem like that. I mean, I don't think he's an asshole. I think he has a serious mental condition.
Oh, you don't think so? I think he likes playing the villain. I think he's a bit of a brazen kind of assholey
Maybe,
guy.
but the stuff he says when it doesn't make sense, that's more than being a jerk or anything.
Yeah, but
That's just something's wrong.
I think about like even some of his songs, like he's always this overly cocky kind of a villain type of guy. Like I feel like that's kind of his built-in person, being like an ass, like being not like he's a terrible asshole, but being like a jerk or an asshole, or again like overly brazen or overly cocky. I feel like that's just his personality, regardless of the mental illness.
Well, there's that, but you add in the stuff like he's overconfident and he's got this I'm the greatest of all time kind of thing.
Yeah.
But you add a dash of weird talk and weird behavior.
Yeah.
That's where you start to go and hold on.
Yeah, right there, buddy.
Yeah, I was glitching out on you for a second. But that's where you start to question his mental capacity.
I wonder, and I don't know enough about mental illness to know, but it feels like, can that get progressively worse? Like a heart condition? It feels like maybe, because I feel like in the beginning, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, it was not really much of an issue. But now I feel like,
I bet it would. I mean, if it's untreated, I bet it could get worse. You could dive deeper into it. Depends on what it is.
Yeah.
Like if it's a disease, like if it's dementia or if it's Alzheimer's, it gets worse. It can get worse. If it's a psychological problem and it's not which I think a psychological problem is categorized as a disease too. I think if untreated, I think it could get worse, unless you have some kind of control over it.
I just see this, if this is amicable, which I'm not really 100% buying, I just see this, there's no way this stays totally under control. Because he was flying off the handle with them and talking about the mom. He was going after Kris Jenner for a while there. And I just don't see this being something that like Kanye stays. Like I feel like we're about to learn a bunch of Kardashian secrets over the next 2-3 years, 4 years.
You don't think the mother made him sign some kind of non-disclosure thing with the family?
Even if he did, I don't see him
sticking to it.
Nah.
Think there's a new album coming out?
When there's a new album coming out, we're gonna learn some things. Yeah, we're gonna learn some things for sure.
Well, I hope. I mean, he has the means. I hope he gets the best treatment he can get.
Well, he said in that Letterman thing that it was worse on the medication, and he gave up the medication.
Well,
and that was her frustration too, because she's like, how do you help somebody where you can't give them the medicine that they need to,
Meds meds can help, but maybe it's not a problem that meds can solve. Maybe it's a psychological thing where therapy is the answer. I don't know. I'm not. Trust me, there's going to be people commenting. Look at these two people talking like they know, like they're psychiatrists.
I know everything about this.
We don't know what the hell we're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Do you?
There's nobody, not mental health in general, but Kanye specifically, I am an expert in.
You're an expert on Kanye's mental health.
This is what I hate most about my feelings towards Kanye. I hate when people go, oh, their early stuff was so good, and they like shit on all like the current stuff. But in his particular case, it's so true. His early stuff is so damn good. And these last couple things are just like, whatever, man.
I like a few of his songs. I'm not a huge
I love him. I think he's one of the great. First of all, not only I think he's a better producer than a rapper, because the stuff that when he was just making beats and shit for Jay-Z, that was even Jay-Z's best shit. Is when Kanye was in that old producer chair, just pushing stuff around Jay-Z's desk. Those were good times, man. A lot of those songs.
Again, I'm not an expert on it. I can't really. All I know is what I've heard, and I've only heard a few things from him. I'm not a huge fan.
Touch the Sky, Gold Digger. I mean, Gold Digger might be one of the great hip-hop songs of all time.
Who doesn't love that song?
Oh, great song.
A great song. That's probably the best. Is that the best? Because I've only heard Gold Digger, and a handful of others.
Touch the Sky is one of my. I gotta bring up the catalog now. That's one of my personal favorites. I just that horn section, and again, and he was kind of took that mantle from Puffy and Biggie of like getting those old R&B and disco songs and remixing them and everything, and that's a lost art.
I mean, there's talent in that, but other people wrote those things.
Yeah, no, that's true. But to put a whole new spin on them is just phenomenal. Jesus Walks, not my favorite.
That one I know,
but well respected. 4 or 5 Seconds, which is the one that he did with Rihanna and Paul McCartney. I did like that one. That was pretty good. What else here? The Good Life. Welcome to the Good Life.
I don't know them by name.
I'm
not a huge follower.
I can't play any of these because we'll get flagged. But
yeah, no, we can't.
I feel like I'm missing a big one.
When we're off, I'll listen to them.
Yeah, I feel like I'm missing a huge one. That's like obvious, but
I used to work with someone who was like, he's a genius. I was like, whoa. There are a handful of geniuses in this world.
No, I'd give him genius stat. He's
genius.
Wrote a lot of stuff. A lot.
Okay. Just because you write a lot doesn't mean it's all great.
What was the one, American Boy? That was a good one too with that girl. I forget what her name was.
That was good. I remember that one.
That was a great one. He had a lot of good songs, man. A lot of good songs.
Yeah, good songs, but is he a genius?
No, I'd say he's a
genius. Is like the best you can get.
No, icon is the best you can get.
Do you think he's an icon?
No.
All right.
No, I would say Jay-Z is an icon. I don't think Kanye is. Kanye is a genius, though.
Oh, man. I feel like in the world of music, there are like...
In fact, in the beginning of Lucifer, the Jay-Z song, he says, Kanye, you a genius. So are you going to argue with Jay-Z now?
Then there we go.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I withdraw my opinion.
You're gonna love...
settled. I didn't know it was settled.
Thank you. You're going to love this Arby story, Frank. But first, let's talk about Hero Soap Company. But before Hero Soap Company, no man has survived the Kardashians. Not one. Have you noticed?
Now she has to find another guy with a K name.
Who was it? Chris Humphries was one.
Chris Humphries.
Kanye.
There's another one. 4 times, 3 times, or 4 times.
It's a lot for her. You got to start looking in the mirror when you're 4 times through the ring. You gotta look at that mirror and go, "There's some changes I gotta make."
Yeah, no, I don't know. Hey, you can't judge. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I don't know. 4
Maybe
times
you
though.
Jump into. Yeah, it might not be that something's wrong. It may be that you jumped into it too fast. That could be a problem.
Yeah, I don't know. That's bad. 4 times is a lot. But
my dad was married 4 times.
Your dad was married 4 times?
Then again, he's almost 70, so I don't know. A little leeway there.
True. How old is Kim? She's like 30, 38?
That's a lot of marriages in a short amount of time.
Going by this, she'll be married 8 or 9 times. So she's not as bad as your dad. Like, she's worse than your dad is what I'm saying.
She's almost to Elizabeth Taylor status. 8 times.
And let me defend your dad for a second here. He is still on that 4th marriage. So
he is on the 4th marriage, yeah.
You know.
And to his credit, 2 of the marriages were to the same person. He married my mom, divorced. Married my mom again, had me and my brother, divorced. Thank God he got married the 2nd time to her.
Yeah, there was a close one there. Almost didn't have a co-host for the show tonight.
Right?
What
would you do?
I love that story. We have to tell more Frank family stories, I think.
Oh, I don't know if we have the time.
Yeah, so Kanye, all her other husbands,
there's got to be a list. I'm going to look up who.
Lamar
the
Odom
husband list.
Basically drugged out in that clan. He didn't survive. He didn't make it. Scott Disick, I think he's kind of still around. He's probably the most successful one. He's the most still kind of standing.
All right, so she was married 3 times.
Bruce Jenner turned into a woman. Okay, he gave up on the whole, Not to say that that was the Kardashians' fault per se. I think that was his own little journey, but still, I'm just pointing out that no man has survived that clan.
All right, so first was Damon Thomas, 2000 to 2004. Wasn't there one that was like 40 days?
You know what I like about him is those burgers that he makes and his daughter. Very, very nice and juicy.
Close.
Yeah.
Close.
Yeah. Oh, no.
You're off by a couple of letters there.
Oh, is it? Okay. Because I was worried about the age difference, but go ahead.
Okay. So it was Damon Thomas was 2000 to 2004. Chris Humphries, 2011 to 2013. Kanye, 2014 to now.
All right, so only 3.
Yeah, but I thought, wasn't there someone that they were married for literally like less than 60 days?
Yeah, there was like a couple of day one in there. Yeah, I thought that was Chris Humphries.
But that's not listed. Or if it was Chris Humphries, it's they listed it as Chris Humphries 2011 to 2013. So that's at least a year, if not more. I feel like she was married for a very short time.
Could you date? Could you go out with Kim?
Like, can I go out with her?
Yeah, like if she was like, "Hey, Frank, you want to go out with me? Would you go out with Kim Kardashian?"
No, because there's a few reasons for that. One,
you have a hand. She doesn't like hands.
She doesn't like this right here.
Maybe she does though.
Maybe she does.
Yeah,
but no. A few reasons. One, married.
Are you saying her ass is too big? Because that's not nice.
2, no, her ass is fine. 2, I don't know if I could handle that spotlight.
Yeah, that's a rough spotlight.
That's constant, nonstop.
Everything. Okay?
What? Could you?
Here's where I have the trouble with it. If Kim Kardashian, with her history, was was a lawyer or was like a regular person, no, not at all. Not even.
But because she's famous and Kim Kardashian?
Not even the fame, because the fame is one of her negatives. That money, though. That money would be the thing. I'd be like, well, maybe
I'll see marry and then split her money.
It would be in the back of my head.
I'm sure they would probably make you sign something before you married her.
I know.
There's no way you're walking away with half of Kim Kardashian's money.
Well, I mean, I'd have to put it in the prenup or something. I gotta get a little something out of this.
Yeah, maybe a little, but no.
You think Kanye could give me some beats?
If that's in the contract, I don't know. Kanye would have to sign off on that.
Because that'd be great. If I can't get half her money or at least some money, I'd be like this. Well, then Kanye's got to give me some beats so I could write a song.
Dude, I'll give you some beats. You pay me $50. I'll give you a good beat.
You don't got Kanye beats, my man.
I got beats.
Hero Soap Company. You buy a bar. You buy a bar of this soap, and they send a bar over to the True. I'm gonna send Kanye a couple of these and be like, "Buck up, buddy. At least you got some good soap now. Look, things are gonna start to turn around for you. You find somebody else.
That'll cheer him up.
I think it will. I think it'll make him feel better. And
are you gonna get him a subscription?
I'm gonna get him a subscription and be like this. Just so you know, every time you crack open one of these, there's somebody somewhere fighting for your freedom that is also cracking open one of these, courtesy of your old pal Ant. So,
that's nice of you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let him know that because I bought one. Hero Soap bought one and sent it to a troop. I'm gonna be like, I bought 2. I sent one to you, and I'm gonna take the credit and put it all together.
You're gonna have to send it to a new address.
What do you mean I have to send it to a new address?
Well, I'm sure he's not going to be living with Kim.
Oh, that's true. Good point.
You got to figure out where he's living.
That's a great point.
Send it to his bachelor pad.
All right, listen, do me a favor. Find out Kanye's new address for me so I could get a subscription over to him. Can you get on that? He's got a Wyoming. Look at him. See, my executive assistant is already on it. There you go.
He lives in Wyoming?
He's got a Wyoming ranch, I'm told. That's what, I'm not going to question her. She's fantastic. Good executive assistant. Well done. Hey, you know what? I'll tell you what, executive assistant. Here you go. That's for you. A little Hero Soap for you. See how I do, Frank?
That's nice. What are you going to hold up? next time we do a?
I don't know. I'm screwed now. I got nothing.
Hold a little printout picture.
Oops.
I could go into my shower and get the bar I'm working on right now. I don't know if that'll be appealing for anybody.
There's probably curly black hairs on it.
I
No,
guarantee
thanks.
there's at least one hair on it.
And there's not a
little curly black hairs. No thanks.
You people are hurtful, okay? Words hurt sometimes. I'll tell you what. J Sab's joining the program. What up, J Sabs?
I came to the show with no makeup on, so
Hey, so did I.
feel lucky.
No, I do. I'm fortunate whenever you come around. I would love having you on. It's always good.
This is raw J Sabs right here.
Raw,
No
very, very raw.
I love it. All right. You're here just in time for our Arby's discussion.
Oh, okay. This is going to be a good one.
I hope so. I hope so.
Have you been to Arby's?
Yes.
Okay.
Full disclosure, I fucking love Arby's. I think Arby's is amazing. And I don't know if it's really good fast food or if it's just because I was so deprived of Arby's for many years. You know, like we heard about Arby's for a really long time up here in the Northeast before we actually like really got an Arby's.
There's one like 8 minutes away from my house now.
And also, the Jamocha shake is one of the best shakes available in the fast food universe.
I don't know if I ever had that.
It's coffee and chocolate.
I like Arby's. I've had good Arby's, but I haven't been there in a long time.
Yeah, it's still like
Jamocha kidding me. Mom joke. Okay.
I made a dad joke like 15 minutes ago.
I don't know what you said.
I'm not going to repeat it.
I said, yeah, you don't want me to repeat it.
It's still dog shit
That's how bad
fast
it
food
was.
though. It's still like bottom of the barrel fast food. But out of the fast food,
It's fast food. What do you want?
okay.
So what do you want to discuss about it?
They've
Okay.
introduced what they are calling the Meat Mountain Sandwich.
Oh God.
It's the biggest sandwich Arby's has ever sold, stacked ridiculously high with
That was the problem.
almost all the meats. Take a look at it.
Oh.
Look at that thing.
I
How do you
can't
even
see
eat
it,
that?
but let's see.
How do
what
you
is
even
in
eat
that?
that?
Where do you need it, Janine? Is that you?
No, I see it now.
Okay.
We got it.
I got to show it back to
back.
the audience. There you
There you
go.
go.
That's huge. That's the size of
All
Frank's head right now.
I'm looking at fried chicken, turkey,
And your
ham,
asshole is clenching. I
roast
know it
beef,
is.
and God knows what else. I see one slice of cheese in
Chicken.
there, so that's good.
Yeah. No, there's a couple of slices of cheese. Okay. So it is 2 chicken tenders, slices of roast turkey, pit smoked ham, corned beef, 13-hour smoked brisket, USDA choice Angus steak, roast beef, and pepper bacon. There's cheddar and Swiss cheese in there as well.
That's 8 meats and 2 cheeses.
8 meats,
I mean,
2 cheeses.
Two things. You're definitely getting the meat sweats,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you're definitely getting the meat shits.
Yeah. You might as well
Those are
just take the whole
two things
sandwich
guaranteed.
and
Right.
throw it right in the toilet.
Right.
I mean, it's going to come out in a half an hour.
When you go 30 minutes or less for you to shit it out.
Yeah.
Correct. I
That
want to
is
know
a grease train.
one thing from you guys, though. When you get the roast beef sandwich, do you have cheese on it?
Yeah.
Do you get it with cheddar there?
I do.
You got to put
Okay.
cheese on the roast beef.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I haven't been
You
there
know,
in a long
there's
time.
just it's something special about that place because they don't just have burgers. They don't even have a burger, do they? No. They have
meat.
just roast beef.
Yeah, roast beef is their thing.
It's all sliced
And the
meats and
curly
chicken.
fries though. Come
Oh,
on.
the curly fries are good too. Oh my God. Are we going to Arby's? Is this happening?
Man, every time we bring up a fast food place,
Yeah.
I think last time it was McDonald's.
You know what I like though? I like the sauce that comes with the fries.
The
It's not
sauce
ketchup.
that comes with the
It's
fries.
not barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
It's a crossover hybrid model sauce.
Yeah. And I will say they have a horseradish sauce there that is
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
darn excellent.
Oh, nobody does horseradish sauce.
I know. Arby's is pretty special.
Oh, man.
They're pretty unique. They're very, very
And
special.
If you were worried about not shitting yourself, the horseradish sauce should help that.
So here's the problem, and apologies to those that are listening. So this is the Meat Mountain sandwich, right? That's what it looks
Yep.
like. Somebody went there and actually ordered it, and this is what they got.
Oh.
What in the hell is that? It looks like someone stepped on it.
That looks pretty disgusting, does it not?
Oh,
it looks raw and uncooked and just gross.
Oh, that can't. That's not. Is that real? That's effed up.
Have you ever smashed someone's sandwich on purpose?
Okay, let me tell you the greatest story of all time.
I think I know the story you're going to tell, but go ahead.
Because I have one after you.
Okay. I feel bad because I think Janine's going to top it, but I have to tell this anyway. We go to Vegas, right? Was it Vegas? We go to Vegas with a dear friend.
On the plane?
Dear friend of ours. And we're coming back. I think we're coming back from Vegas.
No, we're going.
Was it going?
Frank's laughing, so I want to know what the hell happened.
I know this story. This is great.
So I'm sitting I think I'm in the aisle. I think Frank is in the middle seat. And our buddy, let's call him Ray, is in the window seat. Okay.
I just got it.
What? You just got Ray?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So we're on this is my favorite story of all time. I love this story so much. We're on the plane and they give us little like snack things. By the way, we had a fourth guy that was with us, and that douchebag traded in his points to go sit in first class while the rest of us had to slum it back in coach, sit next to each other.
Who did that? Give me a name that his name rhymes with.
He's a banker.
Oh, okay.
A bank teller. Yeah. So anyway, they hand out these little like it was like you open it up, it's like a cheese and cracker thing and whatever. So Frank and I are sitting next to each other now, and Ray is on next to the window. And so Ray pulls out this long cracker. It's like one of these long crackers. And there's like
the size of his of Anthony's microphone.
Yeah, it's like one of those. It's really long and it's not that wide. Thin. And he takes this cheese spread that it comes with, and this meticulous OCD son of a bitch is just.
I got to stop you for a second. All right. Ray's hands are kind of big, but the utensil that they give you is about this big. The knife that they give you to spread.
It's a mini knife. It's a plane. Yeah.
And he's doing this for a good 15 minutes, trying to spread the.
15. It was like 45 minutes, and he had to like cover every single itty bitty little corner. And we're watching him now. And I don't think we were watching him from the get-go, but after 25 minutes of somebody in your peripheral spreading cheese on a cracker, you kind of tend to take notice of it. So we're looking at each other, and we're starting to and he has no idea because he's in his focus.
God. He's in the zone, right?
He's in a cheese and cracker fantasy. He can't see anything else. He's just thinking about how delicious this cheese and cracker thing is going to be, right? So we're watching him, and now we're smiling and laughing at each other. So I look at Frank. I don't even know if I made a motion towards you, but I feel like
you did. I remember.
Okay, I made a motion towards Frank. Frank, without hesitation, just when everybody goes, "Oh, Frank's the nice one." Listen to what a piece of shit he is. Frank looks at Ray. Ray brings after 45 minutes and a break and a wipe down of his brow because he worked so hard on the cracker cheese spread, brings the cracker up to start to eat it and gets about a half an inch away from his mouth when Frank slaps the cracker up into the air and out of his hand. It bounces off the top of the airplane.
Oh, you know he's not eating it. You know he's not eating it then.
So basically, Jay Sabs is our friend Ray. Anthony and I are where we are in this shot. And we're just both looking at him, waiting for him to finish. Waiting for him to finish this stupid session. And just there was a perfect moment where he
Frank,
does one of the.
I am surprised at you.
Wham!
I am like, did you take drugs before you did this? That's all I'm curious about.
I was in such a good mood. I couldn't turn this opportunity down.
What did he do?
By the way, let me just say, a little tap would have done the trick. This guy had the swing and bat speed of Derek Jeter. He like literally the force
of cracker shattered into about 4,000 pieces. But the best, Anthony, all right. So Anthony called me, whatever. I think I'm a bad guy. I gave him my crackers and my cheese.
Okay.
I don't remember that part of the story. That sounds like a lie that you're trying to win the audience back over.
Yeah, exactly. Come on.
It's the truth. I let him stew in it for a little while. To be fair, Ray laughed a little bit. He was like, "You jerk."
He did. Because he worked so hard on it. He just worked so hard on it.
Right.
I felt so bad. I gave him my crackers.
Yeah. Go ahead, Janine. I want to hear your story. Go ahead.
I mean, I don't think it tops that. I was very mad at my husband once. And I mean, it's a long story, but I'm going to shorten it to tell you that when he got up from the table, we were on our way back and we stopped at one of those, food, whatever, what are they called? Service areas, whatever.
Wait, like on the side of the road? Like a rest stop? Okay.
Yep. So there you go, rest stop. So he gets his food. We were not talking to each other either at that moment.
Was this on the way back from Atlantic City? Because there's really never another time to stop at a. Oh my God, you have a problem.
Less than a week ago?
No. This is like 10 years ago.
Okay.
And he goes to the bathroom, and I'm
wait. Was part of the problem this weekend that you forgot his suitcase? Because I know you tend to do that.
No.
All right.
No, this was 10 years ago, and so he goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, "You're an idiot." I take I think it was Burger King. He had a burger. I smushed it till I couldn't smush it anymore. And he comes back.
What was this fight about, could we ask?
Oh, that's a long story.
All right. Never mind.
And he comes back. And there was 2 other people there, too. And they watched me do it. He comes back. He opens, opens the wrapper. And he's like, okay. And he just ate it anyway. I don't know if he knows now, to this day, how bad I smushed it.
He thought that's the way
there was a hole in the bread.
All right, at least you didn't stick anything in there or rub it on the floor or anything. That would have been bad.
Well, I'm not telling that story right now, but
okay.
Yeah, that was it. But I smushed it so bad. I
gotta tell you, ever since I slapped that thing out of Ray's hand, I've had the urge to do it again, but I never have the opportunity. And if I do have the opportunity, I just feel too bad. I'm not gonna do it.
This is how Dexter started, by the way. He killed that first person, and then he couldn't stop.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, but if I go on like a cracker slapping spree, nobody really gets hurt.
I don't know, but maybe that's a script we can sell to Showtime since they're kind of into that thing, I think.
We'll call it Cracker Slapper.
When my wife would upset me sometimes, like if we got food, I would always take a bite out of her food. And then that molded into, I just started just taking bites of her food before she can get to it.
Yeah. I know you guys hate that. Guys hate that.
Yeah.
My father used to, we go out to a restaurant or a diner or something. You get like mashed potatoes or something mushy. He would go, is that yours? And he'd stick his finger right in your mashed potato. You go, come on, man.
Not now.
Ruined your whole meal.
I've seen you do. I don't know if I've seen him do that, but I feel like we adopted that at some point. We started doing that.
We definitely used that in some form or another.
And Frank's brother will coincidentally also do the same thing with a drink. Will just stick his finger right in your soda. And be like, is this your soda right here? Which is also.
Oh, he does that? Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty.
He does a lot of things.
Yeah, he does.
Heads up on that.
Yeah, you can't be mad at him when he does those kinds of things.
It's Millhouse. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. Demi Lovato revealed today she has brain damage from her near fatal 2018 overdose.
I saw this. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. She says, wait, what was the juicy part of this? Hold on a second.
That wasn't it?
That was partially it. She said she had 3 strokes and a heart attack.
Mm-hmm. What was her addiction
at the same time?
Right. You both said something at the same time.
Sorry.
What was her addiction to? And were all those incidents at the same time?
I think it was the Arby's horseradish sauce, to answer your first question.
She was sniffing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Coincidentally.
Putting in her orifice to make it. No, never mind.
Oh.
Coincidentally, a guy named Tom suffered the same thing, 3 strokes and a heart attack, and that was from Arby's, not from any sort of drugs. So, July of 2018, she was rushed to the hospital due to this near fatal overdose. She spoke about an eating disorder that led up to the overdose. She's never gone into public details about the night. She has a 4-part YouTube documentary series coming called Dancing with the Devil. Actually, it's out today.
Oh.
And she says that anytime that here, I'll save everybody the time of actually having to sit through and watch this fucking thing.
Thanks.
Anytime that you suppress part of yourself, it's going to overflow, she says in the trailer. It cuts to Demi partying with friends and yelling. She said, I had 3 strokes and a heart attack. My doctors said that I had 5 to 10 more minutes to live.
Damn.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I guess she got lucky.
That's insane.
Yeah, right?
Imagine, I've heard of people who say, oh, you got 6 months, you got a year. 5 or 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Right. That's like crazy, right?
She said,
that's insane.
She said, I was left with brain damage and I still deal with the effects of that today. I don't drive a car because I have blind spots on my vision.
Damn.
It's a shame. I put Demi Lovato in the top spot of hot singer chicks. I think she's the hottest.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
All the way. Who's hotter than Demi Lovato?
She's not bad.
Who?
Okay.
Shakira?
Of course, my wife. But you're not a singer, though. Although you sing
Right,
beautifully.
exactly.
J-Lo? Shakira?
No. Shakira sucks compared to Demi Lovato.
All right. Are you a
Talking
Gaga
about
fan?
talents or looks?
No, Gaga, Gaga's not.
Cute.
No. Not at all.
Trying to think of other. Britney?
Oh, yeah.
Christina Aguilera.
Listen, it's hard to.
Not now, though. Not now, though.
No.
Yes, now.
Christina.
You take the makeup. She did a thing with the. She looks good with makeup, but she did a photo spread with makeup, and she looks like a completely different person. It's weird.
You talking about Christina Aguilera?
Yes.
I have to see, because, like, I sent out a meme today, and it's like, oh, guys look so different. Guys say, oh, girls look so different without makeup, and then guys' penises look different when they're limp. So it's the same thing, basically, and I agree.
What the hell are you talking about?
That's why I never leave the house without putting makeup on my penis, because I just don't want to ever get caught off guard.
Okay, so you have an idea of Christina Aguilera, the way she looks with makeup, yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see now.
This is no makeup.
That's not her.
Okay.
That's not a real picture.
That's a lot
her.
of
No.
photoshopping, though.
I'm telling you, there's a whole thing she did with no makeup. There's a whole, what's it called? A thing she did for Paper magazine.
She's okay,
We'll have
but
to look at it.
I'll put Britney above her. Yeah, I don't think she's cute. I mean, she's all right. She's pretty, but Britney was way hotter back in the day. Even today, she's way
but this
hotter.
is present day.
Here's the thing.
Present day Aguilera.
Britney cornered that schoolgirl outfit look. It's hard to top that.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
That's two different people.
Nah,
looks
Britney
like.
all the way. Anyway, Demi Lovato, Mandy Moore, and Britney Spears. That's my top 3 pop star hot chicks.
Really?
No Mandy Moore for me because my cousin looks like Mandy Moore, so that's weird.
Really?
That's true. I like your cousin. It's right.
Who?
I know you do.
Every one of Frank's cousins is ridiculously
My cousin.
hot.
I don't know if you ever met her.
The one that's dating my friend's cousin?
No.
Okay.
All right, this is turning into a Queens conversation. Let's not forget it's a podcast.
Oh.
For the audience. Wait, cousin Tommy over on Rockaway Boulevard? You mean?
Whoa. Cousin Tommy, he's a jerk, all right?
Mm-hmm.
So Demi's doing okay now?
I guess
Besides
so.
the brain damage.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'll say this, though. Like, Demi Lovato, Britney Spears, it's tough to have a hit when you're, like, 17, Because that shit's going to come back around when you're 40. It's going to fuck you up a little bit later on in life. Watch out for that shit.
Free Britney.
Free Britney.
Yes. Free Britney.
I feel like Free Britney is more popular now than Schoolgirl Britney, to be honest with you.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what it feels like.
It's a big movement.
Huge movement. Speaking
It's
of
like
big
after
moves,
eating Arby's.
a ferret died 33 years ago, and they brought the ferret back to life.
This is just
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not making this up. A ferret. Here we go. There's a picture and the headline. This
That's
ferret
the new
died
ferret?
33 years ago. Scientists just brought her back to life.
All right, so they cloned the ferret. It's not the same ferret. It's a new ferret with the same DNA.
Cloned ferret, so the same memory and everything.
Okay.
Ferret remembers all the old memories.
No, it's not the same memory. It's a completely new person.
A brand new
ferret.
cloned black-footed ferret is bringing diverse genes back to a small group. Willa the ferret died in 1998. Scientists froze her with the hopes of returning her genetic material to the ferret species. All black-footed ferrets today were bred from a group of just 7 surviving animals. This is the first time ever scientists have cloned an endangered U.S. species.
Wow.
Yeah.
How many people do you think that there's walking around present today, that are clones?
Oh shit! I love this conspiracy.
Here we go.
I think you just
Because
invented
honestly,
a conspiracy theory. That's fantastic.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Years ago, remember how cloning was in the news, and it was like crazy when they cloned the cat or whatever animal
A
it
lot.
was.
Yes.
And it was like, oh, this is like a big topic. And then all of a sudden, no more news about it. I mean, maybe Frank is a clone
He might
of
be.
his brother.
It's possible.
I mean, I do think there's clones
I
working
can't
around.
remember
I'm not
anything
gonna lie.
before 1998, so
Right.
maybe I am a clone.
I mean, honestly, I do believe that they've cloned people. I do. You don't think so? You don't think there could be any shot?
No.
Why not?
I think you're. I'm in. I'm ready to start
I
t-shirts.
love crazy, whacked out, harmless conspiracy theories. This is a good one, but I think if they're just making news, you think this ferret thing is to throw us off, that we're just at this phase in cloning?
Right. I mean, they went from a cat to a ferret.
Sheep.
No. I think you don't think there could be a slight chance, any slight chance. Why not?
But with the sheep, they took a live sheep and cloned it. This was a dead ferret.
Right.
And cloned it.
I'll tell you what.
That's the news.
I'll tell you what. You're gonna think I'm crazy, but President Barack Obama feels like he might have been cloned. He has like clone head.
Clone head.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Well, when you're into this as much as I am, you can kind of see there's some signs you can see in the ears. I feel like I'll tell you what. I'm gonna give you my top 2 clone suspects: Barack Obama and Ed Sheeran. I think these are the 2.
So let me get this straight now. What we're talking about. You think there was a President Obama? Something happened to him. They cloned him.
No,
and made him the
I'm
same.
saying there was like a Carl Obama, and they cloned him and made Barack Obama, and then that guy took it to the next level.
I mean,
yeah. So Barack Obama was cloned, had to have been however many years ago. 50 something years ago?
Yeah.
So you think they had the ability to clone people 50 something years ago?
No, not 50 years ago. You can clone anybody at any time. He probably got to his mid 30s, and then and then Carl.
So you think they started him out at his mid 30s?
It's just like multiplicity, Frank. I mean, you don't have to start somebody out at birth. Like look at the ferret. Look at Willa. She was 30 something years dead, and they brought her back. So
yeah. But did they bring the ferret back as a newborn or like as a fetus?
Ooh.
Or did they bring him back? He was a full-grown ferret.
No, it starts. If she died at 27 years old, then she comes back to they clone it at 27.
It's a new body.
Did you not see multiplicity? Why do I have to walk you through things like a kindergartner?
I hate you so much.
I mean, Ed Sheeran. Let's go to Ed Sheeran because he is not attractive in the least bit.
Thank you.
He's probably one of the scariest gingers I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And gingers steal your soul. And of course, they're going to use a ginger as a clone the first time.
So why would they make 2 of him?
Because gingers are yeah. I think gingers are more clonable.
Okay, here's the other thing about Ed Sheeran that you're missing out on. He plays a loop pedal. Do you know what that is? It's when you play an instrument and you record it, and then it plays back so you can play something else on top of it. which is exactly
He's cloning
what a
his music.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
He
That's
already
exactly,
knows how to, like, he's familiar with cloning.
he's
There you go.
naturally cloning out. It's what a clone would do.
I mean, I get it.
You see?
Yeah.
And you guys rag on me for Star Wars, and all the clone stuff.
Well,
I mean, but
You
it
guys
is true.
are just as into it.
It is true because don't you remember at a point in our lives, it was in the news, cloning, and then nothing.
yes.
That's
So much.
everything.
So much. No. So much so that because my wife and I will watch The Sopranos every year. We just throw it on around the holiday time for whatever reason. One of the episodes starts with the guys sitting around the pork store talking about cloning, and that was right around that time in the late 90s where we were obsessed with cloning. That's back when Ed Sheeran was created.
And you're telling me that they've only cloned a ferret now? Come on.
Yeah.
They can make a vaccine in less than 9 months.
Thank you.
Give me a break.
And,
Give me a break.
We went from cloning a sheep, a huge ass sheep, to going down to a little ferret. Come on. There's a dinosaur walking around somewhere in this country, God damn it, and we're going to find it. I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
No, but listen to Frank. Everything is just fine. Beto O'Rourke should have won. I get it.
Somebody out there in the comments, please help me. Somebody. There's got to be someone.
All right, Frank.
You know what's really cool, though? You want to talk
believe in
about
clones.
giant leaps in science.
Yeah.
I think it was actually a while back, a year or two ago, that they actually successfully teleported an atom.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this. Did they teleport an Eve
atom.
too?
Rim shot.
This is way over my head, so I'll be back.
I'm telling you, teleport. I'm going to look it up.
They teleported an atom?
Yes, they teleported. Hold on. Teleportation atoms. Yeah.
Frank just wants to
so the next subject is Mars? All right, yeah.
Frank just wants to live in Star Trek.
Throw that in.
Scientists teleport first object ever from Earth to space.
How do they know that?
July 2017.
Do they know if nobody was on the other end to catch it, how do they know it really happened?
A photon.
That's what she said.
That's what they teleported. Some 310 miles above the surface of the Earth. They sent it from there to there.
Okay. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just send it from like Sheboygan to Poughkeepsie? That would have been impressive. Why'd they send it up?
I don't know. I was not involved in this experiment.
Okay.
If I was, I'd tell you.
I don't love it.
But they were able to do that, and I'm sure 20, 30 years from now, they'll teleport something bigger.
All right, speaking of up, Mars, the rover landed on Mars. This happened just a couple of hours ago. They lowered down Perseverance, which was dangling down from the rover, about to land on the surface there. And this was the caption. I find this interesting. I love talking about this kind of stuff. Is this going to be as iconic of a photo as Neil Armstrong taking that first step on the moon?
I mean,
no.
But that was pretty fast.
I mean, it's an iconic photo. But once we send a man or a woman to Mars, that will be as iconic, or if not
Russia
more.
already has, right?
To Mars?
Maybe.
We should check with Ted Cruz. He might be on his way. Son of a bitch.
He's probably up there. He got on the first flight. But this was
his braids from Cancun.
This was the most sophisticated, biggest piece of equipment we've sent to Mars. It's only the second. We've been to Mars a couple of times with pieces of equipment, but this was this is the best one we've got up there.
So, what is it going to do exactly? Just like take pictures?
Yep. Drive around and take pictures. There's literally nothing different between this Mars rover and a 16-year-old girl in America right now. It's the same shit. Drive around.
It's taking selfies with the dirt.
How is it going to come back, or is it not going to come back?
It is going to come back. It's going to take soil samples.
How?
There's a guy named Jimmy. He's got the remote control here, and he's going to load it back up onto the thing, and it's
going to launch itself and
fly it back. Yeah.
Okay.
300 million miles away. That's how far it traveled.
It's downright amazing that we were able to do this. I mean, it really is something else, you know?
It's insane. Its mission is to collect soil samples and rocks and stuff, and to check for fossilized life. It's going to go to there's like a riverbed that looks like it's dried up. That's like the perfect spot for them to look for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're going to look for fossilized remains of life.
So there's no life there right now.
No, not that we've seen.
As we know.
Not that we've seen.
Would you
Beep, 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 beep.
would you believe if you're they're looking and you see this thing, like you see the pictures, and then all of a sudden there's just this little this little thing just pops on screen and it looks like, what would you do? Would you fucking panic?
Okay, well, that's obviously fake.
Would people even believe it?
No, unless NASA. I mean, you know, like how they showed when this thing landed on Mars, they showed NASA in the control room, everybody flipping out, and it was great. If they showed that same shot, but everybody's like, "What the hell is that?" And their real reactions,
Yeah.
then we might believe it. But if they just go, "Here, we found this," then it's like April Fool's.
I mean, do you believe in aliens?
Yes.
Yes.
You do. Okay.
Yeah. I think there's life outside of this Earth. Sure.
All right.
I think it seems pretty, I don't know what it is, but I think it's pretty impossible, knowing what we know about the size of the universe, that we are
the humans are the only life form?
Yeah.
Right.
No,
I have a hard time.
humans aren't the only life form, by the way.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I mean, there's cows and dogs and fish.
Oh, you know what I mean, on other planets.
Right. But yeah, if there are other planets out there that can sustain life. They're endless.
Boy, I tell you what, Frank, you got me thinking about a Mars cow. I wonder how delicious that burger would be.
Right? Telling you.
Fucking starving.
But yeah,
over
that's the thing. And then it's going to return. It left in July, I believe, and just made it there now.
here. Yeah, that's
Oh, really?
unbelievable. The frequent flyer miles this thing's gonna have is just beyond.
Boom.
Be able to go to Cancun whenever it wants, frozen Texas or not.
Telling you.
Yeah, without
But-
judgment.
How long is it going to stay there for?
Yeah, Frank.
That I'm not sure. I didn't.
Come on,
Until it
Frank. You're
finds
supposed to know
some
everything
stuff.
about it.
That's true. I don't know if it has a set day that it's supposed to come back. I think they're just gonna. I mean, it has a place where they park it so that it charges overnight when it's asleep. Like it's not constantly doing work, but they have to
Okay.
charge it. And the difference is like I heard them talking about it. It's like a 40-minute day difference. So like if I came in at 8:00 at NASA, the next day I'd have to come in at 8:40. That's when the day starts on Mars. Like everything shifts by 40 minutes
Wow.
because there's a different clock on Mars. Obviously,
Yeah, because it's closer. It doesn't have a
the day is 40 minutes longer or something.
Actually, no. Is it closer
It's
or
further.
does it rotate faster?
Well, it's further away from the sun than we are, but the rotation is that it's an extra 40 minutes in the day.
Wait. Mars is fourth or second? No.
Fourth.
Oh, it's
Earth,
out.
Mercury,
Okay.
Venus, Earth, Mars.
Oh, Venus. Right. Got it.
Or 37. Yeah, it's almost 40 minutes. 37 minutes longer than a day on. A day on Mars is 37 minutes longer than a day on Earth.
Longer. Okay, that makes more sense now. Okay.
That's just a matter of how fast it spins.
What about
We're
you,
putting
Jay
Jay
Sabs?
Sabs
Do you
to
think
sleep.
that there's life out there?
Absolutely.
You do?
I'm obsessed with alien stuff. Yes.
See, there's
Is
a
that a
difference
surprise
in
to
these
you?
questions, though. Do you think there's life out there, and do you think they've visited Earth?
Yes, I do think so. And they were like, you know what? Let's go back.
Yeah, that's a good move.
You know what I've been obsessed with lately is people talking about, because I never understood the time and space thing is like relatively new to me, meaning that it's not distance, it's time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
What?
Well, okay.
I'm not explaining this well, but that it's
Farther. Go ahead.
that there's. Go ahead, Frank. You probably have a better handle at this with all your Star Wars
God help me.
experience.
No, this has nothing to do with Star Wars. But the clock that's on like the space station is the atomic clock. It's set at a different speed than the clocks on Earth.
What?
Because time moves faster the further away you get from Earth.
Right, but there's this relation between distance and time, and so there's this theory, and I forget what it is now. I'm gonna butcher it because we're at the end of the show and I'm getting tired. I've been working for an hour and 15, and now it's all starting to break down. But there's this theory that there are what is it? What's the universe? Parallel universe. Parallel universes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
The parallel universe theory, and that is all based on time. So that whatever's happening just happened somewhere and is about to happen somewhere else, and so on and so forth. Every universe next to each other. And there's this theory that the aliens are actually not from another planet, but it is just us ripping through those parallel universes and cutting through time and actually going back, so that this time travel idea that you can be in this one time and travel back in time is actually you physically moving through these parallel universes to a past universe.
What?
You know what's weird? You're going to think I'm making this up, but I thought this independently by myself years ago. I swear to God. No, simply because, and I'll tell you why.
I'm with you, man. I thought I invented the ham sandwich when I was like 6. I was like, ham and cheese. This is fucking great.
Because if you look at what people think of as aliens, they look vaguely human-like.
That's part of the theory. Yes.
So I thought, all right, that looks like, what if aliens are just us from the future? We're just evolved, and we evolve into that.
Right.
And they come back.
Right.
To study their origins.
Right.
What if they're not from another planet? They're just from another time.
I'm always telling you should have put this on Twitter when you had that thought. You could have been the guy.
No.
That's the guy.
I don't want to sound like a lunatic.
Well,
here's this guy with zero education in space and time and all that. So,
but what do you think of that?
Aliens.
That actually almost makes me feel worse. I like the idea that there's other life forms out there. There's something comforting about that.
Yeah, I like that better. I don't like us looking like that. No.
The thing with that is, if there are other life forms out there, the odds of them coming in contact with us are astronomical.
But don't you believe like all these accounts from people are real, or some of them could be real?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it could be. I don't know. I mean, so a lot of them seem.
I do think that they've been here, but maybe it's not their time to be here.
I don't know. That's the thing, though. Are they from another planet, or are they from another time?
Yes.
My favorite
I like to
thing
think
about
of it as Star Wars, Frank. Okay.
My favorite thing about this exchange just now is not that Janine was worried about future us coming back to harm us, but how we would turn out looking. That was my favorite part about all of this.
I don't want to look like that. Janine, don't worry. You're not going to look like that.
She wasn't worried about, oh my God, what could happen? She was worried about, I don't want to turn out to look like that. That looks
I don't want to look like that.
You're going to be long gone before humans start to look like that.
Yeah.
If that's the case.
No.
By the way, coronavirus, COVID, plays into this theory too. I was reading this the other day, actually a couple months ago, that whenever you see aliens like that, or whenever like we portray aliens, their noses tend to be a lot smaller, or sometimes almost even non-existent, and that was part of our evolution as we tried to get past these airborne diseases that we lose the nose.
See, I feel like evolution why would it go from 2 ports to breathe through to 1?
Oh.
Why did we go from crawling around on all fours to standing upright? I mean, it's evolution.
Hey, speak for
we
yourself.
could use our hands. I don't know.
Not to quote my good friend Eddie Vedder, but it's evolution, baby. That's what it is.
Yeah, but like evolution, every evolutionary step has a purpose that helps.
This purpose would be
organism.
there's less places for an airborne virus to enter. Yeah, that would be the purpose.
That's a pretty cool idea. fam. I have to agree with that.
I hope you all
We're
have
all going to
trouble
be
sleeping
Voldemorts.
after listening or watching this podcast.
We're all
look
way
this up.
stupider for doing this. But
Any final
Hey!
thoughts to the panel? J Sabs, you came in late. You got anything that you want to bring up, contribute, discuss?
Well, one thing.
Yes.
I hate when you watch a preview and you like, oh, I want to watch that, and now you can't find it. You can't find it anywhere.
Like for a movie, you
what do
mean?
you mean?
Yes.
It's got to be on YouTube.
No.
What movie?
It was. I don't know the name.
Oh,
it was
well,
about exactly. That's my point.
Oh, all right. It's not the trailer or the medium's fault. It's your fault.
It's yes, because I should have written it down. Because
Do you
I'm
know
like,
anybody
this looks
that's in
so
it?
good. I thought Jake Gyllenhaal, but I was wrong.
Gyllenhaal?
Mm-hmm.
He's not in it.
I thought he was.
What was the
Do you
premise,
remember anything
baby?
about it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It was about two families. They have young kids, and then something big happens, and then we watch from there. Yeah, if you could
What?
find me it.
I actually feel
Right.
for you. This sounds horrible. Like I've been in this situation before. This is
What do you mean
Right?
something big happens?
I don't know. Right. I want to know.
What happened in the trailer?
I don't know. That was pretty much it. That's why you have to watch the movie.
Yeah, but trailers are like 2 minutes long.
No, this is a quick one. And it wasn't Netflix. It wasn't Hulu.
Is it
It
an old
wasn't
movie?
HBO Max. No, it's a new one.
Oh, okay.
Where did you see it?
So you'll see it again. It'll come across your.
Yeah, I don't know.
On what
Either
thing did you see it?
I can't remember.
You don't remember if you saw it on like Hulu or Netflix or something?
I can't remember which one because I have them all in one spot.
This happens to me sometimes. You ever remember a line from a movie or a particular scene or something, and then you can't place what movie it was
Yeah.
that you saw it
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
That happens to me. That drives me crazy.
There's a universal one. There's a line out there that everybody swears they've heard, but they can't place it in any movie.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, there's one like that.
Really?
Yeah, there's one line. I gotta find it because it's incredible.
If you
Once you
guys
hear
can
the
figure it
line,
out,
Once you hear the line, you're gonna go, I
I've
swear
learned
I've heard
$5.
that. But it doesn't exist in any movie.
Janine, what'd you say?
If you can find the movie out for me, I'll Venmo you $5.
Did you? Well, now there's $5 on the line. Did you go to IMDb and just look at Gyllenhaal's?
I did, and then said he hasn't been in anything, and I'm like, are you kidding me? I swear I saw him in this. I swear.
So maybe it's not new then.
Oh no.
Maybe it's
Okay,
old.
so here's the thing. Everybody knows this quote, but nobody knows where it's from.
Okay.
All right.
One character asks, "What does it do?" Another replies, "It doesn't do anything. That's the beauty of it." Sounds familiar?
Yes.
I guess a little bit. Yeah.
I would say
Everybody
Back
who-
to the Future. I would say Back to the Future.
It's not. Nobody knows where it's from. It doesn't exist in any movie.
Are you kidding me?
That's the lore of this line.
That's it. I'm done.
I just blew Chase Sapp's mind.
All right, chew on that. If you think you know what movie that's from, let us know in the comments. Tweet us at Anthony's
Please,
Faves.
if anybody knows.
If anybody can help Janine,
What does it do?
For the
That's
love of
the
Pete.
beauty of it. It doesn't do anything.
Message us. Links over at anthonyonair.com. When is the thing? Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. We got to figure out the bet before we.
Next Sunday. I don't know, man. I'll buy you all PDQ.
He's not wearing that.
You would have to buy the whole entire audience PDQ to get out of wearing the MAGA hat.
MAGA.
No deal.
You know, I could just Photoshop it on you. It's not that I could put it on you digitally. It's not like you're saving yourself from anything.
I'm not wearing it throughout a podcast. It's not happening.
Oh my God. For 1 hour of your life.
You wouldn't even have to buy it. I would buy it for you.
No. It just I can't do it.
I'm gonna put it on you. I'm gonna Photoshop you in the hat anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't matter.
It's already happened. It's like the alien time space continuum thing. It's already happened.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it right on your head.
I do not
already
agree
happened.
to that Photoshop. I will sue you. No.
There's nothing you can do. I can put it out there. The whole audience will retweet it. It'll be everywhere. What's the difference?
Nobody's retweeting anything.
I guarantee I can get at least 1,000 people to tweet this fucking thing, a picture of you with
Probably, and I will follow them all and say, this is fake news.
You know you can't stop this, so you might as well just go along with it.
Fake news. This is baloney. I only wear the best hats.
You're doing the hat thing. I'm doing the swab thing. We just have to come up with something for Janine.
You enjoy the swab thing.
I'm not going to enjoy it.
I do too. I'll do that too.
But that's like a Tuesday for you.
Be honest, Janine. What's more entertaining for you? Me getting the swab or Frank wearing the hat?
Frank.
Nobody wants to see you get the swab, by the way.
Nobody does. Can I switch mine? I'm happy to switch mine. I'm just keeping it to keep you happy.
How is that keeping me happy?
I don't know. You're not happy, but I feel like it's the closest thing I could get to keeping you happy is doing something that I would be completely miserable about.
Shave your facial hair.
Oh.
Yeah, but that doesn't go away. That stays with me for like a whole week. That's a different thing.
Back. You can wear a fake beard. Wear a Santa beard.
Will you do the hat thing if I do that?
No.
I swear to God, I was gonna agree to it. Right, I'll agree to that right now, and I've not gone.
I'm not
without
wearing
this.
the hat, so think of something else.
You wouldn't wear the hat. You wouldn't wear the hat if I agreed to shave my beard.
No.
Wow, Frank,
my wife
what
is stunned.
With you, Frank? God,
there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you.
Then there's something wrong with me.
I can't
can live with that.
I can't even. What are you so worried about? I don't explain.
I'm not worried. I just don't want. It means that much to me that I would not wear that hat.
Oh my God.
Listen, it's not like we're telling you got to wear a swastika hat. It's just a stupid,
MAGA.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not wearing that. That's for me. It's maybe it's not a swastika, but it's
close to you.
It's bad.
He's comparing it to a swastika.
No, I'm not. I said
God.
it's not a swastika. I said it's not.
Comment below.
But it's bad.
Comment below. Comment below.
That's what I don't want to wear.
Okay, so then what do you say to half the country that wore it? Then do you think they're all bad people? They're all doing bad things?
No, I just don't agree with anything that hat represents. That's all.
That's fine.
You don't want to make America great, Frank?
You have every right to not agree, but to wear it as a
Those
goof,
are literally the words. Come on.
Say again?
I said you have every right to not agree. That's perfectly okay, but not to wear it as a goof.
I feel like it would burst into flames as soon as it touches my head.
That would be fantastic if it did. Again, it would be another big rating.
I'd rather wear a hat that was currently on fire.
Oh my God, he's serious too.
I'll agree to that. If you don't want to wear the MAGA hat, you have to light the hat that you're wearing on fire.
I'll do that.
You'll do that?
Sure.
You'll wear a flame. You'd rather light a hat on fire than wear the MAGA hat. You could get seriously hurt doing that. I think you should rethink this.
Okay, I'll rethink it. But I'm not wearing the MAGA hat. That's the bottom line. No, I'm not comparing it to Nazis. No,
yeah.
I'm not comparing it.
I'm
just saying I don't believe in that crap. So
this is no fun now.
That hat.
This is no fun. We're
you
losing.
You turned it into no fun. You could have just said a while back. You could have just said, "Okay, I respect that. Let's find something else."
Because that would be a lie. I don't respect
and that would have ended it right there. But no, you got to keep dragging this out.
Yeah, but we love busting balls, and that would be the ultimate ball busting thing.
Kick me in the balls.
Okay.
I'd rather you kick me in the balls.
This would be like.
Are you actually serious right now? You rather me kick you in the balls than wear a MAGA hat?
I didn't say you.
All right, but Frank, let me ask you a question. We have a friend. We have a friend who loves President Trump. You're telling me you wouldn't find it hysterical if he had to wear a Biden or a Hillary shirt? That would be hilarious.
Why isn't it the same thing? It's exactly the same thing.
In my mind, it's not the same thing.
It's the same thing to him.
It's the same thing to other people, but it's not in my mind.
It's the same thing to him.
It doesn't matter what it is to him. It's what it is to me. I'm not going to wear it.
Oh my god!
I don't care what anybody else wears. I'm not wearing it. Pick
Mhm.
something else.
All right,
I'll do
we gotta
anything
figure
else.
something else.
All right, we're gonna go back to the drawing board here. We'll figure this out. Appreciate
I
you
know
guys.
everybody's going to rip me up in the comments, but whatever. That's what I feel.
You're standing by your principles. Appreciate you guys watching or listening. AnthonyDaniel.com has all the info on us. Of course, links to Hero Soap there, our merch store, and our Clips channel. Appreciate you guys.